marriage often begins with hope, dreams, and promises of a happy life together. In this story, the wedding looks beautiful and perfect from the outside. The bride and groom are surrounded by family, friends, and celebrations. Everyone believes that this union is built on love and trust. The couple smiles, takes vows, and starts their journey together with excitement. However, beneath this picture-perfect beginning, there is something hidden, something that one partner does not know. This secret is not small or unimportant. It is something that has the power to change everything once it is revealed. At the start, no one notices anything unusual, and life seems to move forward like any normal marriage. But the truth, even when buried, has a way of slowly rising to the surface. In the early days of the marriage, everything feels warm and joyful. The couple spends time getting to know each other better, sharing laughter, meals, and future plans. They talk about their dreams, their goals, and what they want to achieve together. To the partner who is unaware of the secret, everything feels genuine and real. They trust their spouse completely and believe that their relationship is built on honesty. This trust is natural, especially at the beginning of a marriage, where both people are expected to be open and truthful. However, the partner who is hiding the truth carries a silent burden. Even while smiling and acting normal, they feel a constant pressure inside. This pressure comes from knowing that they are not being fully honest with the person they have. Promise to love and respect. Secrets in a marriage can exist for many reasons. Sometimes, a person hides the truth out of fear. They may worry that if their partner finds out, it will lead to anger, disappointment, or even the end of the relationship. In other cases, the secret may be connected to family expectations or past decisions that are difficult to explain. The person might convince themselves that hiding the truth is the best way to protect their partner or to keep the peace. They may think, it's better if they never know, or this will not matter in the future. But in reality, keeping such a secret creates a distance between the two people. Even if everything seems fine on the outside, the emotional connection is not as strong as it could be. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, small signs of tension begin to appear. These signs are not always obvious at first. They may come in the form of hesitation, nervous behavior, or moments where the partner hiding the truth seems distracted or uneasy. The other partner may start to notice these changes, even if they cannot fully understand them. They might feel that something is not quite right, but they may ignore these feelings because they trust their spouse. Trust is a powerful thing, and it often makes people overlook warning signs. They may tell themselves that everything is fine, and that they are just imagining things. The hidden truth slowly becomes like a shadow in the relationship. It is always present, even if it is not clearly seen. The partner who knows the secret may struggle with guilt. Every time they look at their spouse, they are reminded of the truth they are hiding. This guilt can affect their behavior, making them more quiet, distant, or even defensive. They may avoid certain topics or conversations because they are afraid that the truth might come out. Over time, this avoidance creates a gap in communication. Instead of sharing everything openly, they begin to hold back, and this changes the dynamic of the relationship. On the other side, the partner who is unaware of the secret may begin to feel confused. They might sense that something has changed, but they cannot explain what it is. They may start asking questions or seeking reassurance. For example, they might ask, "Is everything okay?" Or, "You seem different lately." These questions are often asked with concern, not suspicion. They want to understand what is happening and to feel close to their partner again. However, the partner hiding the truth may respond with vague answers or try to change the subject. This can lead to frustration and misunderstanding. The tension between love, trust, and deception becomes stronger as time passes. Love is still present, and both partners may genuinely care for each other. However, trust begins to weaken, even if it is not completely broken yet. Trust is built on honesty and openness, and when a secret exists, it creates cracks in that foundation. These cracks may be small at first, but they can grow larger over time. The relationship starts to feel less secure, and both partners may experience emotional stress. The situation becomes more complicated when external factors come into play. Family members, friends, or unexpected events can increase the pressure on the partner who is hiding the truth. For example, someone from the past might appear, or a situation may arise that brings the secret closer to being revealed. These moments create anxiety and fear. The person may feel like they are constantly trying to control the situation to prevent the truth from coming out. This constant effort can be exhausting and can affect their mental and emotional well-being. At the same time, the partner who is unaware may begin to feel a stronger sense of doubt. They may notice inconsistencies or behaviors that do not make sense. These observations can lead to questions and concerns. They might start to wonder if their partner is being completely honest with them. This is a difficult position to be in, because they still want to trust their spouse, but their instincts tell them that something is wrong. This inner conflict can cause stress and confusion. Communication is one of the most important parts of any relationship, and in this situation, it becomes strained. Instead of open and honest conversations, there are half-truths and avoided topics. The couple may still talk about daily life and routine matters, but deeper conversations become less frequent. This lack of meaningful communication can make both partners feel lonely even when they are together. They may start to feel disconnected from each other, which can further weaken the relationship. The hidden truth also affects the emotional connection between the couple. Love is not just about being together. It is about understanding, supporting, and trusting each other. When a secret exists, it creates a barrier that prevents true emotional closeness. The partner hiding the truth may feel like they cannot fully be themselves, while the other partner may feel like they are not being fully let in. This imbalance can lead to feelings of insecurity and dissatisfaction. As the story continues, the secret becomes more difficult to hide. Situations may arise that force the partner to make choices. They may have to decide whether to continue hiding the truth or to finally reveal it. This decision is not easy because it comes with risks. Telling the truth may lead to conflict, anger, or even separation. On the other hand, continuing to hide the truth can cause ongoing stress and damage to the relationship. This is a critical turning point where the future of the marriage is uncertain. The theme of deception plays a significant role in this story. Deception is not always about intentional harm. Sometimes it comes from fear or a desire to protect. However, regardless of the intention, deception has consequences. It can break trust and create emotional pain. When one partner discovers that they have been lied to or that something important was hidden, they may feel betrayed. This feeling of betrayal can be very strong and can take a long time to heal. At the heart of this story is the question of whether love can survive such a situation. Love is powerful, but it requires honesty and trust to grow. If the truth is revealed, the couple will have to face the consequences together. They will need to communicate openly, understand each other's feelings, and decide whether they can rebuild their trust. This process can be difficult and may require time, patience, and effort from both sides. In some cases, revealing the truth can lead to a stronger relationship. When everything is out in the open, the couple has a chance to rebuild their connection based on honesty. They can learn from their mistakes and work towards a better future. However, this is not always guaranteed. The damage caused by the secret may be too great, and the relationship may not survive. Each situation is different, and the outcome depends on the individuals involved and their willingness to work through their issues. The story of a marriage built on hidden truths is a reminder of the importance of honesty in relationships. While it may be tempting to hide certain things to avoid conflict or protect someone's feelings, doing so can create bigger problems in the long run. Trust is like a fragile foundation, and once it is damaged, it takes time and effort to repair. Open communication and honesty are essential for building a strong and lasting relationship. In the end, this story highlights the emotional complexity of human relationships. It shows how love, trust, and deception can exist together and how they can influence each other. It also shows that every choice has consequences, and that facing the truth, no matter how difficult, is often the only way to move forward. The ritu, beginning of the marriage, may have been filled with joy and hope, but the hidden truth creates a journey filled with challenges, emotions, and important decisions that will shape the future of the couple. In the early days after the wedding, life begins to settle into a routine. The excitement of the ceremony slowly fades, and the couple starts building their everyday life together. They wake up in the same home, share meals, and begin to understand each other's habits and personalities more deeply. Everything seems peaceful and normal. There is a sense of comfort in this new beginning, and both partners look forward to the future they will create together. However, unknown to one of them, a major truth is waiting just beneath the surface, something that will soon change everything they thought they knew about their partner and their marriage. The discovery of the secret does not happen in a planned or controlled way. It comes unexpectedly, catching one partner completely off guard. It may begin with something small, like a letter arriving in the mail, a phone call from an unfamiliar number, or a conversation that was never meant to be overheard. At first, it may not seem important, but as details start to come together, the truth slowly begins to reveal itself. The moment of realization is often confusing. The partner may struggle to understand what they are seeing or hearing. They might think there has been a mistake or misunderstanding. But as more evidence appears, it becomes clear that this is not an accident. This is something real, something that has been hidden. In some cases, the secret is revealed through legal documents. For example, a letter from a lawyer or a formal notice might arrive at their home. The document may contain information about an inheritance, something that belongs to one partner, but was never mentioned before. The language in the document is clear and official, leaving little room for doubt. It might mention large sums of money, valuable property, or rights connected to a family estate. Reading such information can be overwhelming, especially for the partner who had no idea that any of this existed. They may read the document again and again, trying to process what it means. In other situations, the truth might come from a family member. A relative, perhaps unaware that the secret was meant to be hidden, might casually mention the inheritance in a conversation. It could happen during a family gathering, where stories from the past are shared freely. The relative might say something like, "You must be excited about the inheritance," not realizing that this is the first time the other partner is hearing about it. This kind of revelation can be even more shocking because it happens in a social setting, where emotions must be controlled in front of others. The partner may feel embarrassed, confused, and even hurt, but they might not be able to react immediately. An accidental discovery is another way the truth might come out. Perhaps the partner finds documents while cleaning the house, or they come across emails or messages that reveal the hidden inheritance. It might be something as simple as opening a drawer and finding papers that were never meant to be seen. At first, curiosity leads them to look closer. But as they read more, curiosity turns into disbelief. They begin to realize that their partner has been hiding something very important. This kind of discovery feels personal, almost like an invasion of trust, because it shows that the secret was kept intentionally. The nature of the inheritance itself can make the situation even more intense. It might not just be money, but something much larger and more meaningful. For example, it could be a large piece of land, a family business, or a legacy that carries influence and responsibility. In some cases, the inheritance might connect to a powerful or well-known family, adding another layer of complexity. This means that the secret is not just about wealth, but also about identity, history, and expectations. Learning about such an inheritance can feel like discovering a completely different side of the person you thought you knew. For the partner who makes the discovery, the initial reaction is often shock. Their mind races with questions. Why was this hidden? How long has this been known? What else might be hidden? The feeling of surprise quickly mixes with confusion and doubt. They may begin to question the honesty of their spouse, and even the foundation of their relationship. Trust, which once felt strong and natural, now feels uncertain. It becomes difficult to understand why something so significant was never shared. At the same time, emotions begin to grow stronger. Shock can turn into hurt, especially when the partner realizes that this was not a simple mistake, but a deliberate choice to hide the truth. They may feel excluded, as if they were not considered important enough to be trusted with this information. This feeling can be deeply painful, because marriage is supposed to be built on openness and honesty. The idea that such a big part of their partner's life was kept secret can make them feel disconnected and alone. When the truth finally comes out into the open, it often leads to confrontation. The partner who discovered the secret will want answers. They may ask direct and emotional questions, trying to understand the reason behind the secrecy. The conversation can be intense, filled with strong emotions from both sides. The partner who was hiding the truth may struggle to explain their actions. They might feel guilt, fear, or even regret. They may try to justify their decision by saying they wanted to avoid conflict, protect their partner, or wait for the right time. However, these explanations may not be enough to ease the pain caused by the secrecy. The timing of the discovery makes it even more difficult. It happens shortly after the wedding, a time when the relationship is still new and trust is still being built. Instead of enjoying this phase of their marriage, the couple is suddenly faced with a serious issue. The excitement and happiness of the wedding are replaced by tension and uncertainty. What was supposed to be a joyful beginning now feels complicated and fragile. The revelation of the inheritance also brings practical concerns. The couple must now think about what this means for their future. If the inheritance involves wealth, there may be questions about how it will be used or managed. If it involves property or a family business, there may be responsibilities that need to be addressed. These practical matters add pressure to an already emotional situation. Instead of making decisions together as a team, the couple may find themselves divided, unsure of how to move forward. Family dynamics can also become more complicated after the discovery. The partner who was unaware of the inheritance may start to view their spouse's family differently. They may wonder who else knew about the secret and why no one said anything. This can lead to feelings of distrust, not only toward the spouse, but also toward their family members. At the same time, the family may have their own expectations regarding the inheritance, which can create additional tension within the marriage. For the partner who was hiding the truth, the discovery can bring a sense of relief mixed with fear. On one hand, they no longer have to carry the burden of the secret alone. On the other hand, they must now face the consequences of their actions. They may worry about losing their partner's trust or even the relationship itself. This fear can make them more defensive or emotional during conversations, which can make the situation even more difficult to resolve. As the couple tries to process what has happened, communication becomes both more important and more challenging. They need to talk openly about their feelings, but emotions can make this difficult. Anger, sadness, and confusion can lead to arguments or misunderstandings. It takes patience and effort from both sides to have honest and respectful conversations. Without clear communication, the situation can quickly become worse. The unexpected discovery of the secret inheritance acts as a turning point in the story. It changes the direction of the relationship and forces both partners to confront issues they may not have been prepared for. It brings hidden truths into the light and challenges the trust that once felt secure. At the same time, it also creates an opportunity for growth and understanding. If handled carefully, this moment can lead to deeper honesty and a stronger connection. However, if handled poorly, it can cause lasting damage. This part of the story highlights how powerful secrets can be, especially in a marriage. It shows that even something positive, like an inheritance, can become a source of conflict if it is hidden. The problem is not just the secret itself, but the act of hiding it. Trust is built through openness, and when that openness is missing, it creates doubt and insecurity. In the end, the unexpected discovery is not just about learning a hidden fact. It is about facing the truth and dealing with its consequences. It is about understanding why the secret was kept and deciding how to move forward. The couple must choose whether to let this revelation break them apart or to use it as a chance to rebuild their relationship on a stronger and more honest foundation. After the truth about the hidden inheritance is revealed, the emotional impact does not fade quickly. Instead, it begins to grow stronger with time. The partner who was kept in the dark starts to feel a deep sense of betrayal. This feeling is not just about the secret itself, but about what the secret represents. Marriage is supposed to be built on honesty, trust, and openness. When such a big truth is hidden, it shakes the very foundation of the relationship. The partner begins to question not only the present, but also the past. Moments that once felt genuine now seem uncertain, and memories are no longer as comforting as they once were. At first, the feeling of shock slowly turns into doubt. The partner may sit alone, thinking about everything that has happened since the beginning of the relationship. They may ask themselves questions that are difficult to answer. Was the love real? Was the marriage based on true feelings? Or was there another reason behind it? These questions do not come from nowhere. They come from the pain of realizing that something so important was hidden. When trust is broken, even slightly, it creates space for doubt to grow. And once doubt enters the mind, it becomes very hard to ignore. The idea of betrayal is especially powerful in a marriage. It is not just about being lied to. It is about feeling that the person you trusted the most chose not to be honest with you. This can make the partner feel hurt on a very deep level. They may feel as if their emotions were not respected or valued. They might think, if my partner could hide something this big, what else could they be hiding? This kind of thinking can create a cycle of suspicion and insecurity. Even small actions or words may start to seem questionable. As these feelings grow, the partner may begin to look at their spouse differently. The same person they once saw as loving and trustworthy may now seem distant or unfamiliar. This change in perception is one of the most difficult parts of betrayal. It is not easy to accept that someone you love has kept something important from you. The mind tries to make sense of it, but the answers are not always clear. This confusion can lead to emotional exhaustion as the partner struggles to understand what is real and what is not. Mistrust begins to take root in the relationship. Trust is something that is built over time through shared experiences and honest communication. But once it is damaged, it becomes fragile. The partner who feels betrayed may find it hard to believe anything their spouse says. Even when the truth is being spoken, it may not feel convincing. This lack of trust can affect every part of the relationship, from simple conversations to important decisions. It creates a barrier that makes it difficult for the couple to connect on a deeper level. The emotional turmoil caused by this situation can be overwhelming. The partner may experience a mix of anger, sadness, and confusion. At times, they may feel angry at their spouse for hiding the truth. At other times, they may feel sad about the loss of trust and the change in their relationship. There may also be moments of self-doubt, where they question their own judgment. They might wonder if they missed signs or ignored something important. These emotions can come and go, making it hard to find peace or clarity. One of the most painful questions that arises is whether the marriage was genuine. The partner may start to question the intentions behind the relationship. They may wonder if love was truly the reason for the marriage, or if the hidden inheritance played a role. Even if there is no clear evidence that wealth influenced the relationship, the mere possibility can be troubling. It creates uncertainty and makes it difficult to fully trust the feelings that were once shared. Love, which once felt strong and certain, now feels complicated and unclear. Communication between the couple often becomes strained during this time. The partner who feels betrayed may want answers, but they may also struggle to express their feelings calmly. Conversations can quickly turn into arguments, with both sides feeling misunderstood. The partner who hid the truth may try to explain their reasons, but these explanations may not be enough to heal the emotional wounds. Words alone cannot easily repair broken trust. It takes time, patience, and consistent honesty to begin rebuilding what has been damaged. At the same time, the partner who hid the secret may also be dealing with their own emotions. They may feel guilty for their actions and regretful for the pain they have caused. However, their attempts to fix the situation may not always be successful. They may not fully understand the depth of the hurt they have caused, which can lead to further misunderstandings. This emotional gap between the two partners can make it even harder to move forward. The issue of transparency becomes very important in this situation. Transparency means being open and honest about important aspects of life, especially in a marriage. When transparency is missing, it creates an imbalance in the relationship. One partner feels included and informed, while the other feels excluded and unaware. This imbalance can lead to resentment, as the partner who was kept in the dark may feel that they were not treated as an equal. They may begin to question their role in the relationship and whether their feelings truly matter. Over time, the emotional distance between the couple may grow. They may still live together and share daily routines, but the connection between them may feel weaker. Simple interactions may become awkward or tense. There may be less laughter, less sharing, and less comfort in each other's presence. This distance is not always intentional, but it is a natural result of unresolved feelings and broken trust. Without effort to address these issues, the relationship may continue to weaken. The partner who feels betrayed may also struggle with forgiveness. Forgiveness is not easy, especially when the hurt is deep. It requires understanding, empathy, and a willingness to let go of anger. However, forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened. It means finding a way to move forward despite the pain. This process takes time and cannot be rushed. The partner may go through many emotional stages before they are ready to consider forgiveness. At the same time, rebuilding trust is a slow and challenging process. It requires consistent effort from the partner who hid the truth. They must be willing to be completely honest moving forward and to answer any questions their spouse may have. They must also show through their actions that they are committed to the relationship. Trust cannot be rebuilt overnight, but with patience and sincerity, it is possible to repair some of the damage. This part of the story highlights the importance of honesty in relationships. It shows how even a single secret can have a powerful impact on trust and emotional connection. It also shows that love alone is not always enough to overcome challenges. Trust and transparency are just as important, and without them, a relationship can struggle to survive. The emotional conflict, created by betrayal and mistrust, becomes a central part of the story. It forces both partners to confront their feelings and to decide what they truly want. Do they want to work through the pain and rebuild their relationship? Or do they feel that the damage is too great to overcome? This decision is not easy, and it requires careful thought and honest communication. In the end, the feelings of betrayal and mistrust are not just obstacles, they are also opportunities for growth. They challenge the couple to be more honest, more understanding, and more open with each other. If they are willing to face these challenges together, they may be able to create a stronger and more genuine relationship. However, if they avoid these issues or fail to address them, the relationship may continue to suffer. This stage of the story is a turning point where emotions are at their highest and the future is uncertain. It is a time of questioning, reflection, and difficult choices. The partner who was kept in the dark must decide whether they can trust again, while the partner who hid the truth must prove that they are worthy of that trust. Together, they must find a way to move forward, whether that means rebuilding their relationship or going their separate ways. Once the secret inheritance is revealed and the couple is already struggling with trust and emotional tension, a new challenge begins to rise. Family involvement. What was once a private issue between husband and wife slowly becomes something much bigger. Family members who may have stayed silent before now begin to step forward with their own opinions, expectations, and hidden intentions. This changes the situation completely. The couple is no longer dealing with just their own feelings. They now have to face outside pressure that makes everything more complicated. At first, the involvement of family may seem natural. After all, inheritance is often connected to family history, property, or shared legacy. Parents, siblings, or relatives may feel that they have a right to be part of the conversation. They may approach the couple with advice or suggestions, claiming that they only want what is best. However, not all intentions are pure or simple. Some family members may see the inheritance as an opportunity rather than a responsibility. Instead of focusing on the couple's well-being, they may begin to think about how the wealth or property can benefit them. For the partner who owns the inheritance, this creates a difficult situation. They may feel torn between their spouse and their family. On one side, they have their partner, who is already hurt and struggling with trust. On the other side, they have family members who may be applying pressure, reminding them of traditions, responsibilities, or expectations. This can create emotional conflict, as they try to balance both sides without hurting anyone. Unfortunately, trying to please everyone often leads to more problems instead of solutions. The partner who is kept in the dark may feel even more uncomfortable as family members get involved. They may begin to feel like an outsider, especially if others seem to know more about the inheritance than they do. This can increase their feelings of mistrust and insecurity. They might think, "Why did everyone else know except me?" This thought can be very painful and can make them feel isolated within their own marriage. Instead of feeling like an equal partner, they may feel excluded from important decisions. As time goes on, some family members may start to show their true intentions. They may try to influence how the inheritance is used or managed. For example, they might suggest investing the money in a certain way, selling property, or using it to support other family members. While these suggestions may sound reasonable at first, they can sometimes come with hidden motives. A relative might want personal gain or control over the situation. This can create tension not only within the couple, but also between the couple and the extended family. In some cases, disagreements about the inheritance can lead to open conflict. Family members may argue about what is fair or what should be done. Old rivalries or unresolved issues from the past may come back to the surface. These conflicts can be loud and emotional, making the situation even more stressful for the couple. Instead of finding support in their family, they may find themselves surrounded by arguments and pressure. Another important aspect of this stage is the revelation of long-buried family secrets. As discussions about the inheritance continue, new information may come to light. These secrets may have been hidden for years, and they can change the way people see each other. For example, there may be disputes about who truly owns certain property, or there may be stories about past decisions that were never fully explained. These revelations can create confusion and mistrust, not just within the couple, but within the entire family. For the partner who was already dealing with feelings of betrayal, these new secrets can make things even worse. They may feel like they are surrounded by dishonesty and hidden truths. It can become difficult for them to know who to trust. This can lead to emotional withdrawal, where they choose to distance themselves from both their spouse and the family. They may feel that stepping back is the only way to protect themselves from further hurt. Money and wealth have a powerful influence on people, and this story clearly shows that. When a large inheritance is involved, it can change how people behave. Relationships that once felt genuine may begin to feel uncertain. People may act differently, showing sides of themselves that were never seen before. Greed, jealousy, and competition can appear even among close family members. This can be shocking and disappointing, especially for the couple who are already dealing with their own challenges. The pressure from family can also affect the decision-making process within the marriage. Instead of making choices together, the couple may feel influenced by outside voices. This can create disagreement between them. One partner may want to follow the advice of their family, while the other may feel uncomfortable or opposed to it. These differences can lead to arguments and further weaken their relationship. It becomes harder for them to act as a united team when there are so many external influences. At the same time, the concept of legacy adds another layer of complexity. An inheritance is not just about money. It often carries emotional and cultural meaning. It may represent the hard work of previous generations, family traditions, or a sense of identity. Some family members may feel strongly about preserving this legacy and may resist any changes. They may expect the partner who inherited it to follow certain rules or to make decisions that align with family values. This can create additional pressure especially if the couple has different ideas about how to use or manage the inheritance. The partner who holds the inheritance may begin to feel overwhelmed. They are not only dealing with their spouse's emotions, but also with the expectations of their family. They may feel like they are being pulled in different directions, unable to satisfy everyone. This stress can affect their mental and emotional well-being. It may also affect how they communicate with their spouse, leading to more misunderstandings. Meanwhile, the partner who was initially kept in the dark may begin to feel a stronger need for independence and clarity. They may want clear boundaries between their marriage and the extended family. They might express the need for decisions to be made within the relationship, without outside interference. This desire for boundaries is understandable, but it can be difficult to achieve if the other partner feels obligated to involve their family. As the situation continues, the couple is faced with important choices. They must decide how much influence their family will have on their lives and their decisions. They need to establish boundaries that protect their relationship while still respecting family connections. This is not easy, especially when emotions are high and expectations are strong. It requires honest communication, mutual respect, and a willingness to stand together as a team. The challenges created by family pressure and hidden agendas test the strength of the marriage. They reveal whether the couple can support each other during difficult times or whether they will be divided by external influences. This stage of the story is not just about conflict, it is also about growth. It forces the couple to understand the importance of unity, trust, and clear communication. If the couple is able to handle these challenges wisely, they may come out stronger. They may learn to set healthy boundaries, make decisions together, and protect their relationship from negative influences. They may also gain a deeper understanding of each other and build a stronger foundation for their future. However, if they are unable to manage the pressure, the situation may continue to worsen, leading to further conflict and emotional distance. In the end, this part of the story shows how money and legacy can influence relationships in powerful ways. It highlights the importance of trust, honesty, and unity, especially when facing external pressure. It also shows that while family can be a source of support, it can also bring challenges that must be carefully managed. The couple's ability to navigate these challenges will play a crucial role in determining the future of their marriage. After everything that has happened, the hidden truth, the painful discovery, the feelings of betrayal, and the pressure from family, the couple reaches a moment where they can no longer avoid making a decision. This is not a small disagreement or a simple misunderstanding. It is a deep and serious test of their relationship. At this stage, both partners realize that something must change. They cannot continue living with confusion, hurt, and mistrust. They must decide whether they will allow these problems to break their marriage, or whether they will face them together and try to rebuild what has been damaged. This moment feels heavy and emotional for both of them. The partner who was kept in the dark is still dealing with pain and doubt. Their heart may feel broken, and their trust is no longer the same. At the same time, the partner who hid the truth is dealing with guilt and regret. They may wish they had made different choices in the past, but now they must face the consequences. Both of them stand at a crossroads, where every decision they make will shape their future. For the partner with the inheritance, this stage becomes a test of integrity. Integrity means being honest, responsible, and true to one's values. It's not enough to simply say, "I am sorry." Words alone cannot fix what has been broken. They must show through their actions that they are committed to honesty and to their partner. This may involve answering difficult questions, being open about everything related to the inheritance, and taking responsibility for hiding the truth. It also means being patient and understanding, even if their partner is still hurt or angry. Proving intentions is not an easy task. The partner who was hurt may not trust easily anymore. They may question everything, even small things. This can be frustrating for the partner trying to make things right, but it is part of the process. Trust, once broken, takes time to rebuild. It requires consistency, honesty, and effort over a long period. The partner with the inheritance must accept that rebuilding trust is not something that happens quickly. It is a slow journey that requires dedication and sincerity. At the same time, the other partner faces their own difficult decision. They must decide whether they are willing to forgive. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened or pretending that everything is fine. It means choosing to let go of anger and resentment in order to move forward. This is not easy, especially when the pain is deep. The partner may struggle with their emotions, going back and forth between wanting to rebuild the relationship and wanting to protect themselves from further hurt. This inner conflict can be very intense. On one hand, they may still love their spouse and remember the good moments they shared. On the other hand, they may feel afraid of being hurt again. They may ask themselves, "Can I trust this person again?" Or, "Will things ever be the same?" These questions do not have simple answers. They require time, reflection, and honest communication. Communication becomes one of the most important tools during this stage. The couple must learn to talk openly about their feelings, even when it is uncomfortable. They need to listen to each other without interrupting or becoming defensive. This kind of communication is not easy, especially when emotions are strong, but it is necessary for healing. Without honest conversations, misunderstandings can grow, and the distance between them can become even greater. During this time, both partners may begin to see each other in a new way. The partner who was hurt may start to notice the efforts being made to repair the relationship. They may see small actions that show care, honesty, and commitment. These actions can slowly begin to rebuild trust. At the same time, the partner who made the mistake may gain a deeper understanding of how their actions affected their spouse. This understanding can lead to personal growth and a stronger sense of responsibility. This stage is not only about the relationship, it is also about personal growth. Both individuals are forced to reflect on their values, their choices, and their behavior. The partner who hid the truth may learn the importance of honesty and openness. They may realize that avoiding difficult conversations only leads to bigger problems. The partner who was hurt may learn about their own strength and resilience. They may discover that they are capable of facing pain and making thoughtful decisions about their future. The idea of love is also tested during this time. Love is often seen as something simple and beautiful, but in reality, it can be complex and challenging. True love is not just about happy moments. It is also about how people handle difficult situations. It is about patience, understanding, and the willingness to work through problems together. This stage shows whether the couple's love is strong enough to survive challenges or whether it will fade under pressure. There may be moments of progress and moments of setback. Some days, the couple may feel hopeful and connected. On other days, old feelings of hurt and mistrust may return. This is a normal part of the healing process. It is not a straight path, but a journey with ups and downs. What matters is whether both partners are willing to keep trying and to support each other through these changes. The influence of outside factors, such as family pressure, may still be present during this stage. However, the couple must learn to focus on their relationship and make decisions together. They need to create boundaries that protect their marriage from outside interference. This can be difficult, but it is necessary if they want to build a strong and independent relationship. At some point, the couple may reach a moment of clarity. They may begin to see whether their efforts are bringing them closer or pushing them further apart. If they are able to communicate openly, rebuild trust, and support each other, they may decide to continue their journey together. This decision is not based on ignoring the past, but on learning from it and choosing a better future. On the other hand, if the pain remains too strong and trust cannot be rebuilt, they may decide to go their separate ways. This is also a valid choice, even though it is difficult. Sometimes, letting go is the best way to protect oneself and to find peace. This decision requires courage and honesty, as it means accepting that the relationship cannot be repaired. The test of love and integrity is not about finding a perfect answer. It is about facing the truth, making honest choices, and taking responsibility for those choices. It is about understanding that relationships require effort, honesty, and respect. It is also about recognizing one's own needs and values. In the end, this stage of the story represents a turning point where everything is at stake. It shows that love alone is not enough. It must be supported by trust and integrity. It also shows that people can grow and change, but only if they are willing to face their mistakes and learn from them. Whether the couple chooses to stay together or go their separate ways, this experience will leave a lasting impact on both of them. This part of the journey is emotional, challenging, and deeply human. It reflects the reality that relationships are not always easy, but they can be meaningful and transformative. The choices made during this time will shape not only the future of the relationship, but also the personal growth of each individual. As the story moves toward its ending, everything that has happened begins to come together. The hidden truth, the painful discovery, the feelings of betrayal, the pressure from family, and the long emotional struggle all lead to one final stage, the resolution. This is the moment where the couple must face the reality of their situation and decide what their future will look like. It is not an easy moment, and it is filled with deep emotions, difficult choices, and honest reflection. Both partners understand that they cannot continue living in uncertainty. They must either rebuild their relationship with honesty and effort, or accept that it is time to go their separate ways. For some couples, this stage becomes a path toward redemption. Redemption means making things right after something has gone wrong. It is about learning from mistakes, taking responsibility, and making real efforts to change. In this case, the partner who hid the truth must continue to prove that they are committed to honesty and to their spouse. This is not something that can be done with a single apology. It requires consistent actions over time, being open, answering questions without hesitation, and showing through behavior that there are no more secrets. At the same time, the partner who was hurt must slowly open their heart to the possibility of trust again. This is often the hardest part. Trust, once broken, does not return easily. It takes time, patience, and emotional strength. The partner may still feel fear and doubt, but they may also begin to see changes in their spouse. They may notice honesty where there was once secrecy, and effort where there was once avoidance. These small but meaningful changes can slowly rebuild the connection between them. As they work through their problems, communication becomes stronger and more honest. They begin to talk not only about the inheritance and the past, but also about their feelings, fears, and hopes for the future. These conversations may still be difficult, but they become more respectful and understanding. Instead of arguing, they begin to listen to each other. This shift in communication is a sign that healing is possible. The inheritance, which once caused so much conflict, begins to take on a different meaning. It is no longer just about money or property. Instead, it becomes a symbol of the challenges they faced and the lessons they learned. The couple may decide to handle it together, making decisions as a team. This shared responsibility can strengthen their bond, as it shows that they are willing to move forward together with honesty and unity. Family pressure may still exist, but the couple learns to set boundaries. They begin to understand that their marriage must come first. While they may still respect their families, they no longer allow outside voices to control their decisions. This sense of independence helps them build a stronger foundation for their relationship. They learn to support each other and to stand together, even when faced with external challenges. Over time, the relationship may begin to feel stable again. The pain of the past does not disappear completely, but it becomes easier to manage. The couple may find new ways to connect, creating fresh memories and experiences. They may rediscover the love that brought them together in the first place. This renewed connection is not based on perfection, but on honesty, effort, and mutual respect. However, not all stories end with reconciliation. For some couples, the damage caused by the secret and the betrayal may be too deep to repair. Despite their efforts, they may find that trust cannot be fully restored. The partner who was hurt may continue to feel doubt and insecurity, making it difficult to move forward. The partner who made the mistake may feel that they cannot undo the past, no matter how hard they try. In such cases, the relationship may begin to feel more painful than fulfilling. Choosing to separate is never an easy decision. It comes with sadness, disappointment, and a sense of loss. The couple may remember the good moments they shared and feel sorrow that things did not work out. However, separation can also be a form of acceptance. It means recognizing that the relationship is no longer healthy or sustainable. It means choosing peace and self-respect over continued conflict and emotional pain. When a couple decides to part ways, they must face a new reality. They may need to divide responsibilities, make decisions about the inheritance, and adjust to life without each other. This process can be challenging, but it can also bring a sense of clarity. Without the constant tension and uncertainty, they may begin to feel a sense of relief. They may start to focus on their own growth and well-being. Even in separation, there is an opportunity for personal growth. Both individuals can reflect on what they have learned from the experience. The partner who hid the truth may come to understand the importance of honesty and transparency in future relationships. The partner who was hurt may learn about their own strength and the importance of trusting their instincts. These lessons can help them build healthier and more fulfilling relationships in the future. The inheritance, which once seemed like a source of power and opportunity, ultimately becomes a test of character. It reveals how people respond to challenges, how they handle responsibility, and how they treat others when faced with difficult choices. For some, it becomes a tool for growth and unity. For others, it becomes a source of conflict and division. In the end, it is not the inheritance itself that determines the outcome, but the choices people make in response to it. This final stage of the story highlights the true meaning of love and integrity. Love is not just about feelings. It is about actions, honesty, and commitment. Integrity is about doing what is right, even when it is difficult. Together, these qualities determine whether a relationship can survive challenges or not. The couple's journey shows that while love can be strong, it must be supported by trust and honesty to truly last. As the story concludes, there is a deep sense of closure. Whether the couple stays together or separates, they have faced their challenges and made their decisions. They have learned important lessons about themselves and about relationships. The journey was not easy, but it was meaningful. It showed the complexity of human emotions and the importance of truth and trust. In the end, the resolution is not just about the outcome of the relationship. It is about growth, understanding, and the choices that define who we are. The couple's story serves as a reminder that every relationship faces challenges, but it is how those challenges are handled that truly matters. Whether through redemption or separation, the experience leaves a lasting impact, shaping the future in ways that could not have been imagined at the beginning.